This is Cameroon, the armpit of Africa. And we went there to help our comrade, Dr. Barden. I hope several of you remember him. The Dr. Livingston look here. One of the reasons we went out was because several of his expatriate help were on furlough or leaving for meetings or vacations, so he was going to be pretty much by himself. And here we are at the South Bend Airport. We all flew out together. Chris and Jana were very brave in taking their 3 daughters, they were real troopers. They were just amazing travelers. And then after 9 hours in the air and going from Chicago to Brussels and 6 hours from Brussels to Douala, we landed in Douala, which is like all the other big major African cities, busy, crowded, raining all the time, traffic jams. I don't know how our driver got through all this. Cars packed with everything imaginable and packed with people. Can we turn the light on?
There's people on the hood there too, so the car was totally covered with people and things. So
there. Is that too dark? Okay. We got to stay at the rest house in Douala, which was very nice and quiet, and even had a pool, but it was too cold to swim. And then the next day we headed up country, 6 hours on the road to get to Bingo Baptist General Hospital. It formerly was a leprosy hospital for its start, and so they put it out here sort of in the middle of nowhere, pretty isolated from larger communities, but it was just a gorgeous area. And that's another shot of the hospital and compound.
I saw handsome.
Yeah, we had to wear white coats.
How long did they stay white?
Yeah, not too long, but we had touch-ups. And this is the administrator. In case you got lost, there was a map for the whole compound that you could always go back to and figure out where you were supposed to be. And it was a busy place. This is the entrance area, the outpatient department. I actually saw a bus come here once full of patients, and I wish I'd gotten a picture of that. We always think about, in the walk-in, talk about the bus showing up, but it actually did show up here. The day started with devotions, 6:40 prompt, and the staff just crammed into this huge chapel. There were probably 300 people that showed up, and they were pretty much there on time. And the chaplains would conduct like a 20-minute service, and then it was off to the wards. My duty was in the mornings. I made rounds on men ward with these 4 gentlemen. 2 were nurse practitioners and 2 were residents. And we would spend the day or the morning making rounds on some very, very sick men. It was just amazing, some of the things that they came up with. This guy with the chest tube, and I think this guy died the next day from heart failure. It was kind of frustrating and depressing. I was able to show them how to do joint injections, which is one of my favorite things to do. This is the first time this resident had ever done one. He looked a lot better the next day. And
2 days later, his knee was normal size.
And part of Chris and my duties were to give lectures in the afternoon to the residents. I gave 2 lectures, and Chris gave 2 lectures in the time we were there. And of course, those of you who remember Rick Barden, he has really found his niche there. He's a full-time pathologist, doesn't do much in the way of internal medicine anymore. And he is just backed up. And because he's a pathologist and they're kind of rare in Cameroon in general, the hospital has become sort of a referral center for cancer patients, partly because of Rick's draw. And He's also returned to one of his first loves in riding horses. He actually bought this horse named Chocolate, and every weekend he goes for rides out in the hills. And his wife, Debbie Barden, she's working as a nurse in the HIV department.